Welcome back to ActionTracks presented by E3 Spark Plugs. We're at Gordon Park Speedway and the third place race is on the line. Prowler, Lenny Kilder versus Rizlone Defender, Zach Adams. Two young guys gonna battle it out for third place here at Gordon Park Speedway. Defender having some more bouncing issues. Prowler settles right down and that cat pounces on the finish line, taking the third place victory. Now we're to the finals, the championship race. This is for all the marbles in Augusta, Georgia. We've got the wily veteran outlaw Clydesdale Bennett Clark, 35 plus years of experience in monster trucks versus Mac Plecker. He's fairly new behind the wheel. He's still got several years of experience, but he's been in the industry for a long time. They're on the line, staged up, waiting for green, and they're off. Both of them leaving the line hard. Plecker spinning the wheels on the starting line, but it hooks up in no man's land, and he powers to the victory. He's 5 for 5 in Augusta, Georgia, at the premier Old Skool Motorsports event. Another look back, roaring to the finish line on the hazard pay cam. A great angle right there. There you see the combatants after the final round. Gonna congratulate each other. A great final round. But right now, we're gonna take a look at Kid KJ, 7 years old in his mini monster truck. This truck is hardcore. It's got all the great features of the big trucks. It's got a tube chassis, it's got nitrogen charged shocks, front and rear steering, a fiberglass body that tilts up and down. This guy is packed to the gills. He's got his own fire suit, his own Hans device, his own helmet. We saw some huge air as he launched onto the track, even pulled a bit of a slap wheelie, but he's getting ready for his special trick. The crowd chanting his name in the background as his team prepares for the stunt, and KJ readies himself in the cab of the Monster Bear. He's gonna do a bus crush, big air, and through the bus. Okay, so it wasn't a real bus, but still a neat moment. We talked to Kid KJ earlier. He's really looking forward to when he has the opportunity to run over a full-size bus. The guy is up to running over cars, running through buses, getting some big air. He's progressing every time out, and the crowd is simply amazed when this little guy steps out of the truck and salutes the crowd, and they realize how young and how small he actually is. Look for big things from Kid KJ in the future. Right now, we're gonna head into freestyle action. Fancy Nancy Weston in the Black Knight on the track right now. This truck has a lot of history to it. This truck started out as a gunslinger truck, then became the cowboy truck, and is now operating as the Black Knight, owned by Uncle Todd Motorsports, also running Kid KJ. KJ excited about the prospect of eventually getting into this monster truck. But Nancy Weston out on the track. This is her first opportunity to freestyle in public. She's got no fears. She had some problems last night. Broken axle, broke a locker. She was unable to freestyle, but now she is out and attacking the track, going straight at the van stack. First one to hit that. Not letting off a bit, really skying it out, standing it up on that obstacle. She'll need some more experience, but she's doing well out here tonight, showing that she's got the knack for it. She just needs a little more time in the seat. Lenny Kilder, that big cat, the Prowler, roaring onto the track. Lenny's had some good showings this evening, but not quite enough to get the victories. We'll see what he can do in freestyle. the Prowler truck. He's really carrying some good momentum, getting some good diverse moves out there, and I think that's going to be the key to break up Mac Plecker's sweep. We'll have to see what the judges think in the end, but Lenny seems to have a good diverse run, a lot of different maneuvers out here. It looks like he's getting ready to break into a donut, and yes, a donut. That'll be a nice touch on his freestyle run, really giving the fans here in Augusta a wide array of maneuvers. Coming back to that van stack, another good hit. Oh, the wheel really climbed up there. Lenny sporting a brand new body on the Prowler this weekend. Don't want to tear that brand new body up. Doesn't look like there was any harm there. The truck's starting to smoke a little bit, and Lenny's gonna call it quits right in front of the stands and come out and salute the crowd. I think Lenny had a good time. His score should be pretty good this evening in freestyle. Zach Adams bringing out the beautiful Rizlone Defender, one of the best looking trucks out there. Great Rizlone sponsorship. Zach and his dad have a monster truck team with the Rizlone Defender and the Bars Leaks Eliminator. Dad not here this weekend, so son out representing the entire team out of Indiana. Putting on a pretty good show so far. Maybe not quite up to the run that Lenny provided, not quite the momentum, and not quite the air that the Prowler truck had, but right as I speak right there, some good air out of Adams in the Defender. The truck really seems to be rebounding when the truck lands and really providing some good slap wheelie opportunities. Right there over the hill in between the cars, getting a good bump on landing and pulling just a little bit of a slap wheelie, showing off some of that Rizlone Defender power. Zach really coming out and hitting pretty much everything on the track. Just doesn't quite have the same magnitude, I don't think, as the Prowler truck showed off earlier. But again, it'll all be up to crowd appeal, and we'll have to see what they say at the end of the night. A good solid run for the Rizlone Defender. He slides it to a stop in front of the crowd. But now it's time for Outlaw Clydesdale. We talked to Bennett about the experience present earlier.
I'm telling you, it's just, for somebody like me that has actually raced every one of them people and seen them actually come into the business, you know, it's just phenomenal. You know, last night when I got to see USA 1 and Bigfoot pull up head-to-head, and I know I've raced them guys back in the day. It was just cold chills ran over me. It was really kind of a touching moment to get to see them. But I mean, it's just great to get them all back together, and this program that's going on with Old Skool. I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Bennett Clark mentioned it right there with the special moment when USA 1 and Bigfoot 1 were out on the track, and when USA 1 crushed some cars. I heard this same sentiment from a number of the drivers, just that it brought cold chills, it brought goosebumps forward, it brought forth a lot of emotion, a lot of good memories, a lot of history. Everybody was having a great time all weekend long at the Old Skool Motorsports show. But Bennett Clark out on the track right now in the Outlaw Clydesdale, tearing it up in freestyle. Engine looks like it might not be quite right, not quite sounding right. Spent all day working on the rear axle and the shock setup. Hopefully nothing's going awry in the engine. Nice launch right there for Bennett Clark, one of the longtime monster truck veterans. Good solid run for Bennett Clark and Outlaw Clydesdale. It may not be good enough to win tonight. Prowler set down a pretty good pass, but he had fun out here this weekend, and it's time to go ballistic. Plecker going for the weekend sweep in the ballistic truck, and he is off to a roaring start, standing it nearly straight up over the van stack. Mac Plecker has showed phenomenal momentum all weekend long, getting the biggest air, showing the most diversity in his maneuvers, and carrying the most momentum. And all of these things are really gonna play into his hand in trying to sweep the weekend at the premier Old Skool Motorsports show. Setting up for the van stack out in turn number 4. No one's wanted to tackle that all weekend long, and Mac Plecker sets up and goes for it, a little off kilter. He seems to have made it off with no harm, heads on down the straightaway. Oh, another great stand on the van stack. Plecker was actually helping Bennett Clark all day long on the Outlaw Clydesdale, getting that truck ready. Ballistic just seems to have held up really well and had no issues. He's been fortunate this weekend, no breakage. The truck is holding together and putting on a clinic. Mac travels up and down the road with the ballistic truck with his wife Liz. They have a motorhome and they have a nice little life going on the road in the monster truck industry, keeping all of the creature comforts close at hand. Mac Plecker really showing off how to take advantage of a van stack. He is rocking it out here. I would be really surprised if this doesn't take the freestyle victory this evening and complete the sweep in Augusta, Georgia, whipping it into a donut right on the front stretch, almost underneath the flag stand. A perfect topper for his run for this weekend. Mac Plecker off the hook. There you see it right now. The crowd has spoken. Ballistic and Mac Plecker gonna sweep the entire weekend. Well, that's all for ActionTracks from Gordon Park Speedway in Augusta, Georgia at the premier event of Old Skool Motorsports. It's been a great time all weekend long. There's been so much history here, so much experience present, and it's just great to be a part of the atmosphere here at the Old Skool Motorsports show. We saw pure dominance out of Mac Plecker in the ballistic truck all weekend long, sweeping all 6 events. Just on a rail all weekend long, on a mission. Mac was after it. We also saw Fancy Nancy making her competition debut in the Black Knight truck. Nancy came out Saturday night in freestyle and really attacked the track, really trying to set a name for herself. We also saw Kid KJ come out and just rock the house all weekend long. The boy is improving every time he's out. We saw some great big air and really put on a show here tonight in Augusta. We've got to thank the entire Old Skool Motorsports crew, Rodney Tweedy, Chandler Lloyd. We appreciate all of their hospitality. Expect some big things from them coming in the future. Stay tuned to TheMonsterBlog.com and follow up for all of the event coverage and their event schedule, because on TheMonsterBlog.com, we know monster trucks. We've had a great time on ActionTracks. Until next time, we'll see you then.
Broken stars. Keep people back in the sky. Why?